Welcome inside the Kyle Corder video blog. Jay Elsen alongside the voice of USD men's basketball, Joe Van Goor. And Joe, Friday night here in the Dakota Dome, the Coyotes fall to Youngstown State by a score of 87-79. But boy, what a game it turned out to be.
It certainly did. Coyotes down 15 with 11:21 to go. Got it to 3 4 times, but the Penguins had an answer by a three-pointer or a three-point play, and then, of course, after the last time they got to within 5 straight free throws for the win.
Yeah, and the Coyotes, credit to them, showed a lot of resiliency in this game because it was a back-and-forth first half. Youngstown State went into the break up 4, really started to open things up. There was some hot shooting out of the locker room to start that second half.
At one point, they were shooting 71% from the floor, and you could see their overall percentage rise up, into the 50s. But, both the Coyotes and the Penguins went to zones after being in man for most of the first half. When the Coyotes went to a zone, that kind of slowed up the Penguins a little bit. But, gosh, the inside-outside combination of Sean Amaker and Bobby Hain inside, just too much. Those are upperclassmen that really did the Coyotes in. I think another thing that did the Coyotes in tonight were the layups and the 2-foot shots that they missed. And I know, talking with Craig Smith on our postgame show, that, there was too many on the hands and the toes to count.
Yeah, they really struggled to finish around the rim. And it wasn't that they weren't getting good looks. They were dribble penetration. Guys like Brandon Boss, Tyler Larson, Trey Norris a few times as well, Casey Kasperbauer. Everybody was driving, getting to the rim. They just couldn't get it in the bucket once they got there, and that was a huge part of the struggle for them offensively because had a few more of those gone in, maybe a different story here.
Certainly a different story, but of course the Coyotes, when they made their comeback from down 15, relied on threes from Casey Kasperbauer. What a week he had, as he had 4 3-pointers at Bakersfield on Sunday, 7 against Northridge on Tuesday, and then another 4 tonight. So, or 5 tonight. So that's that's great contribution. So the Coyotes were getting the looks that they wanted from the outside, but finishing at the rim, it's got to get done.
And one thing that will help is if they can get that post production to improve, because that's really been a struggle for them here in the early part of the season.
And also defending in the post as well. James Hunter, will start the first half. He'll start the second half, but not much in between. Eric Robertson has come in to spell at the 5, and of course Tyler Flack is still on the shelf with injury. So James needs to really, tighten things up. His defense in the inside. E-Rob needs some help on the inside, and hopefully Tyler Flack can, get back into it. Hopefully from hip injury.
Yeah, the guard play has been very strong, so you got to think if they can get a little help inside in that 4 and that 5 spot, some regular, consistent production, this team's going to be doing pretty well once the conference season rolls around. Looking forward now, big week for the Coyotes at Creighton on Tuesday, followed by that big and much anticipated matchup at the Sanford Pentagon next Saturday night against UNLV.
Well, Tuesday night, first of all, at Creighton, of course, the Doug McDermott era is over, but the guys that were playing around Doug are still around, or at least a good majority of them. Craig Smith in our postgame talked about, they have a winning mentality at home. They don't allow people to come in. They were undefeated at home last year. They don't allow people to come into their house and win. It'll be a packed house. Creighton, draws awfully good, both at home, on the road. Big challenge, especially inside, as Creighton's got some bigs that'll give the Coyotes some problems. All
right, and that's to look forward to on Tuesday night against Saturday night in Sioux Falls at the Pentagon against UNLV. So a big week coming up for Craig Smith and the Coyote men. Tonight, though, it's an 87-79 loss to Youngstown State. Snaps a 3-game winning streak for USD, which falls to 3-6 on the season. For Joe Van Goor, I'm Jay Elsen. Thanks for watching.